Charged Witch. This is Witchcraft Wednesday. I have tried to record this video multiple times. A couple times I just kept rambling and I feel like I was missing the point. The last time I was in the middle of it, and since I record this on my phone because I am not professional enough to have a camera, I forgot to turn in a do not disturb on my phone, so my phone started ringing. I didn't realize it because it's on vibrate, so it cut off half the video. So we're gonna try this again. The topic today I want to discuss is witchcraft practice and social media, specifically not using social media as your one go-to source for your practice. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, well, of course, it's obvious. Why would anyone do that? So yeah, I know a lot of people wouldn't ever think to just use social media as their go-to. We also have to remember that we're in an age of social media. We're in an age of the internet and stuff like that. So a lot of information, there's a lot of younger people and just tech-savvy people who use social media as kind of like, they use it as their news source, they use it to get their communication with other people, they use it for just regular knowledge, stuff like that. And not to say there's anything bad with those things, but we have to remember that it cannot be our only source of these things. We cannot use it to replace book knowledge, we can't use it to replace news outlets, we can't use it to replace in-person communication, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting into any of that stuff, but what I'm trying to say is we should not be using social media as our only influence for our practice. And like I said, that's not saying that we shouldn't use it at all, because I mean, if I thought that we shouldn't be using social media to learn about witchcraft, then I would be in the wrong field, considering that's what I do, is to help teach people and share information and knowledge. So the reason why this conversation came into my head and the reason why I started thinking about this is because of Witch Talk specifically. Now I'm someone who just recently got on to TikTok. I still don't really use it at all. I'll just skim through it to see some videos I like. But Witch Talk itself can be quite toxic, I've noticed. It has some really good information, some really great content creators, don't get me wrong, but then there's a lot of misinformation, there's just a lot of hatred, and like, it can get very icky very quickly. And it was leading me to see a lot of people who were taking what these creators were saying as law. Like, they saw one creator say one thing and they're like, oh my gosh, this has to be the truth, this is it, it's the gospel, it's the truth. And they did no outside research at all. They didn't go to any kind of scholars, any academic sources, any well-published and sourced information. They just listened to some TikTokers on subjects. And I'm not saying that's bad, I'm not saying these people did not know any information, but it's dangerous territory when we just take one source and that's all we believe and we don't look at anything else. That's how you become ignorant. That's a way of ignorance. And you'll become ignorant you'll be ignorant in witchcraft because you're gonna base your practice off of just what one person has said, and you're gonna believe that that's the only way to do it. And then you're gonna argue with other people and be like, oh, you're doing it wrong. No, the other person's not doing it wrong, you just only have one perspective. So, that's my cat throwing a tissy fit. So, excuse me. Hey, I'm back. So hopefully I can get this through really quick. We can finish this video off before my cat starts meowing again because she wants attention, but I can't let her in here because she'll knock stuff over and break it. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying was, by only taking one source of information and making that law and being ignorant to the other sources of information and not listening to anything else, you're gonna be ignorant about it. That's just another way to say it. You're not gonna have a full picture of everything. So what I would recommend, and I think most people would recommend, is to get a lot of your research from books. Do a lot of digging to find some good book resources. You can even watch YouTube videos and go on these social media platforms and see what other creators recommend for reading. And and get some of these books and start reading them and studying them, meditating on them. You could also go to see if there's any metaphysical witchcraft shops in your area and go and visit and see if they have any classes, because there are some that do some classes that have some just workings that you have some classes and some courses that you can take to learn even more information. That would be a great way to help expand your knowledge. So just the overall general message of this is to not take all of your information from one person or one media platform, and to make sure that you're always learning and always reading, listening to audiobooks, expanding your knowledge, because you do not want to be willfully ignorant in your witchcraft practice. You want to continue to grow and expand and learn, be full of wisdom. And I guess that's really all I wanted to say in this episode. It's probably a really short, sweet, and to the point one. So that's all I have to say. I'll see you next week. Bye!